Okay.
Hello and welcome to Conversations with Body and Mind with myself, Nirvana. Body and Mind is your health and wellness online directory. And coming up today in conversation, I'll be chatting with Janaki Ashira, and she is from SheAcademy. She says, my passion is helping wellness practitioners find satisfaction in their work by revolutionizing how they do business. Good afternoon, Janaki. How are you?
Hello, good afternoon, Ivana. I'm great. Thanks. And you?
I'm good, thank you. Wonderful to get to know you. And part of that getting to know is a little bit of background. How did this all start for you? What were you doing before, and what led up to your SheAcademy, and then we'll go into what it's about.
So I was in corporate and then went traveling around Asia, got into a bit of yoga, and then I went and did a yoga teacher training in New York and immediately pretty much got pregnant. So when I got back to Ireland, where I was living at the time, I wasn't really able to teach yoga with my newfound skills, and I didn't really want to go back into corporate, but I did for a little while. But I started doing prigi yoga. And then when I was 32 weeks pregnant, I moved back to South Africa and saw that there was no yoga quite like I'd been doing in Ireland for pregnancy. So I decided I'm not going back into corporate after I had my child, and I started teaching yoga full time, specializing in pregnancy yoga. And did that in a birthing center, working with midwives and doulas for 10 years. So my work with the feminine and the womb started, right from the beginning 15 years ago. And after about 5 years of doing that, women were approaching me for fertility work. And then when you start doing that, you start working with abortion and miscarriage. And the next thing you know, you're dealing with sexual trauma and all sorts of womb things. Once the womb opens her world up to you as a language, she starts to really show you the secrets of life, because that is where life is contained and created. I always say that the womb is the portal between heaven and earth. So, working with the womb really showed me a lot about the secrets of life and the feminine. So eventually I met an African womb healer specifically, and I went into womb healing. And then people asked me to train them, so I started training womb healers, and I started in 2015 running the Red Tent and training Red Tent facilitators. And Red Tent is about the menstrual awareness and the life cycles and life stages of a woman. So, this path has just taken me one stepping stone to the next, and it keeps revealing itself. Finally, because I've had two businesses: the pregnancy yoga studio, which I sold in lockdown, and then the SheAcademy, which I started the healing hub. People that then wanted sort of more direction in their own healing businesses. And so I then was put into kind of this mentorship leadership position of wellness for wellness practitioners. So, but I came into awareness of cyclical aware business. So running your business in harmony with your cycles and life cycles, so that you don't burn out, so that it's sustainable as well as profitable. So yeah,
So, Janaki, you have been busy now with the SheAcademy facilitating training. And what is that about? What are you offering? How long is it? Um, and just who is it? I think is the correct question.
okay. So of having worked with with womb wellness and pregnancy and all the things that go around that, abortion, miscarriage, sexual trauma, and then PMS, painful cycles, missing cycles, you know, that whole world opened up for me. And so I started holding those spaces in 2015 for the Red Tent. And by 2018, people were asking me to train them as facilitators in that space. And as time went by, I also had to go and do a counseling training for myself because of the things that I was encountering. And so from 2018, we started to train facilitators. And in lockdown, I let go of my pregnancy yoga business and I opened up the academy. And I started training facilitators pretty much full time in women's wellness, specializing in womb wellness. And so the facilitator training is this amazing, amazing, amazing experience. It's actually probably one of the most powerful transformational journeys that a woman can undertake in her life. It's a complete initiation into womanhood. So we spend the first 4 months just getting the person ready for, you know, understanding what is conscious cycling, you know, how does the different moons tell us different parts of our cycle, you know, the full moon, big projects, big things going on, new moon, nuclear, family. It just goes really, really deep. We can also start to unpack all sorts of shadow wounds. And so we spend the first 2 months going into your womb wisdom, unpacking your womb story, because that also ties into your mother and her grandmother and mothers. So we really go into healing any of your womb story. And then we go into learning some rituals and practices around activating and integrating into the womb healing space. And then from there, the training evolves into facilitation and space holding. So now you've been 4 months in your own sort of womb wisdom journey. So how do you now facilitate this space for other people? So there's an entire module of the training that goes into you holding space for other people's conscious cycling journey and going into their womb healing journey. And that's all held in a container of 13 months where we meet every 2 weeks for 2 hours. And then from there, the training progresses even more to event creation and marketing skills, because a lot of people can train to be healers and facilitators and not know how to put themselves out there. And then the last 5 months was a module that was developed at the tail end of COVID stories. And that one was around self-mastery. So how am I holding these spaces when I'm the one going through so much? How am I, as a healer, mastering myself in the spaces that I hold? And it just took the training to a whole new level with the most elite quality facilitators are qualifying from the training. So that's what the SheAcademy facilitator training has become. And yeah, it's evolved from there that we have a separate hub of mentorship pods for all women's wellness professionals where we can come together for 2 hours every 2 weeks. And I come in as mentor to help guide the progress of your business. So I've successfully run Yoga Mama, the yoga business, and I've successfully set up the SheAcademy, which has just expanded itself like wildfire. And now I'm wanting to invest those skills in wellness practitioners to help them to take their training, their programs to a wider audience and to be profitable. I mean, you know, that's the thing. We do this work out of love and out of passion and out of calling, but we still have bills to pay. And I want women's wellness practitioners to understand that they should be. And oftentimes, you know, what is, you know, you can only do so many yoga classes or massage sessions, or see so many clients in a day, and that always limits your income. But when you start to develop trainings and workshops and other programs around what you offer, you start to expand what the possibilities are. And I love to work with women in that space, but in a group so that we can hold ourselves accountable, we can hold each other accountable, and we don't feel like a solopreneur. We're a community. That's the biggest thing about SheAcademy, is that it really is a self-sustaining community. It's like an organism that breeds itself. I just do my trainings and there are networks springing up around me connected to the SheAcademy. So I think that's the greatest thing about the mentorship pods, is you don't feel alone trying to evolve your business. And then on top of that, we work cyclical aware. So we work with cycle awareness, that we know when someone's in their luteal phase and their energy's down and they're premenstrual and they just need a bit of space or they need a bit of love. And then someone else is in their ovulation, they're in their high summer and they're really excited and they got all the energy to do all the social media things, and and we pick up slack for each other. We really support each other in that way. It's never just me by myself. So yeah, that's, I guess, we also do yoga teacher training in sacred feminine arts. So everything I've learned about the womb and the sacred feminine through my journey since pregnancy has evolved into a very specific yoga style that balances the facilitator training really well, because the facilitator training can be quite deep and quite dark and quite mental and heavy, and the yoga always just helps with the physical integration, keeping things light, keeping things gentle, going into a state of peace, So we balance peace, pace, and profitability.
You've got me in awe, absolutely, that I forgot to unmute, just listening to you. So many things that's come up that I could actually feel a few emotions trickling in, just with my own womb story.
That
And
is womb work, okay? You just
yeah,
have to talk about it and Pandora's box opens
just
up.
like, wow, it's open. Yes. So where are you based?
Our training is all online because we have a global audience at the moment. So it's online. I'm physically in Cape Town at the moment, but that could
Yay.
change at any time. Right down by the Cape Point Peninsula.
Okay, nice. So out Komiki way.
Yes.
Mm, beautiful, beautiful space and energy out there. And
Yeah.
I guess a person would get your different packages of the academy online. Is there some of
Yeah.
them
So
that you want to speak into of some of your pricing?
Yeah, so we've got my website, janakiashira.com, and what we're actually busy working on right now is we've just got the domain, the SheAcademy.com. So literally as we speak, they're fleshing that out, but everything is on the Janaki Ashira for now. So we've got the two massive key packages, the facilitator training, the SheAcademy facilitator training, and then the Sacred Feminine Yoga teacher training. They are 30 grand and 40 grand, respectively. And the mentorship pods comes to about the same. I do another training, yoga nidra, that's 5 grand, but basically they are big key offerings, but we have such generous payment plans. So you would undertake this 13-month journey or the 6-month journey, and you get to pay off the training over the 6 months or over the 13 months. And yeah, I never like to exclude anyone on the basis of money. So people are always, if this is something that really calls you, because it is a calling, then I'm always open to have a chat with someone around how can I meet you halfway where you are to make this happen for you.
Wow,
So we will develop smaller trainings that just go into conscious cycling. But what I've found is if you're undertaking a conscious cycling journey, it comes with a healing journey. So just get into the 13-month container and do it all there together. You need to be held in that space because a lot of stuff comes up. A lot of stuff comes up.
yeah.
and
Yeah.
you want to be supported. I don't feel in integrity putting the womb medicine out there without holding the people who are studying through me.
Yeah. Absolutely. And so just give your website and how people can contact you, please.
Okay, so for the moment, you can go through janikiashira.com, or the Instagram is at janikiashira, and then the SheAcademy's Instagram is at _she_academy.
Okay, and of course, you've just joined our Body and Mind website, and as part of the directory and members, and you can go to bodyandmind.coza or bodyandmindblog.coza, and you can just put into the search bar Janaki. That's as simple as that. They don't have to do the whole thing, and your details will come up. They can also communicate with you or interact with you in the blog site, and find out more details with you about you and about your academy.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that, Rana. I'm so excited to be part of the Body and Mind family.
All right, well, I'm going to end off with that.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
It was lovely. Thank you.